Centuries ago, there lived a young and beautiful princess of the Angkor Empire. She was heir to the throne and was destined to be wed to a powerful nobleman. However, her heart was set on another man, a young and kind soldier who fought in the war. Their love was bold and true, and they both knew that it would never last, for their love would never be accepted. One faithful night, the princess snuck out of her quarters to meet with her lover. However, she was unaware that the nobleman chosen to be her husband grew suspicious of her loyalty and kept a close eye on her. Later that night, the nobleman, along with armed guards, barged into the young soldier's home, where they caught the two. Her lover was dragged away, while the infuriated nobleman sentenced the princess to burn to her death, on his command. The princess ran into the town and managed to escape the guards. There she hid and cried, for she knew her lover would be dead by daylight, and she too would not last the night. She ran into the town, where she found a sorceress. The princess got onto her knees and begged the sorceress to help her, in some way, in any way. She had to live, she mustn't die. The sorceress gave her a potion. Should she drink it, she would survive the flames and continue on to live. The princess drank the vial with no hesitation. Then she ran back into the palace, where she was found by the guards. They tied and bound her onto a stake. She was to be burned and executed for her secret affairs, and rejecting the nobleman to be her husband. Confident in the potion's effects, she showed no fear but rage and hatred towards the man who took everything away from her. She planned to murder him once she broke free from her place, for she knew she could not be killed. They lit up the hay beneath her, where it burst into flames. The princess remained calm and looked down at her stomach and said,
ไม่ต้องกังวลทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างจะได้ดี
But wait, something was wrong. When the flames reached her feet, she felt it. The heat, the seething pain of the fire. Something was wrong. The potion, it wasn't working like it was supposed to. It needed more time in order to take full effect. She felt it. The scorching flames burning her skin and melting her flesh. She screamed out in pain and sadness, for no one else knew that she had been carrying a child. The flames engulfed her body as she tried to break free from her bonds. The surrounding flames were too great. All she could go was up. All she could think to go was up. She stretched outwards desperately, trying to break free and escape the flames at all cost. She had to live. She mustn't die. She cried out in pain, sorrow, and anguish. All she could think about was the death of her lover and the loss of her child, and how all those who have forsaken her must be punished and burned in hellish flames as she had. Nobody knows what else happened that day. For centuries, the story has been passed down for generations, and the truth has been shrouded in mystery and in silence for those too afraid to speak in fear of the Krasue's wrath. However, some say that on that day, the entire city engulfed into flames. The sky darkened from a thick black smoke covering the sky. The soil drowned in blood as the Krasue would carry her victims into the sky, gutting them in the air as their blood would rain down onto those below. No one knows for sure, but to this day, many claim to hear the Krasue floating in the night sky as she wails in sorrow and pain and consumed by rage. What was once a princess hopeful of love, now a floating head cursed for all eternity, driven by revenge and hate, and overzealous of those who attained what she couldn't. She would fly into the houses of pregnant women. She would gut off their heads and take their body and child as her own. Meanwhile, she would strangle the unsuspecting husband in their sleep and devour their body whole. Enraged, for they had what she wanted dear the most. Now, she disguises herself as a young and beautiful woman, carrying her beloved child in her womb until the body she stole would begin to rot away, needing a new one. For centuries, she has been cursed to damnation, forever trapped in between the barrier that separates life from death and separates earth from hell. For all eternity, just like her, we are cursed to live in fear of the wrath of the Krasue.